So, first of all, I would like to thank the rapporteurs for their contribution. I think the document has many very good ideas. And I think we also share all the goal of ensuring meaningful participation of citizens and youth in our conference for the future of Europe. Now, this document has 10 pages plus 6 of an annex. It was very recently distributed. I think we have to have time to have an in-depth discussion on the content. And the document, the way I see it, although positive, requires further work. I see some issues that I would like to raise. The first one is a certain degree of confusion between participation and democratic legitimacy. We want to ensure wide participation of citizens, but we also want to ensure that the final decisions have enough democratic legitimacy. And I think that there is a confusion here between the listening phase, the participatory phase, and what it is called a deliberative phase, as if the democratic institutions elected by the citizens will only have, in the end, an execution work, and there's no room for political deliberations by the democratic institutions in the EU. So I believe that there's a confusion here, and a lot of elements contribute to this confusion. The idea of having votes in the online platforms, giving an impression that we have there a kind of direct democracy. The idea that in Agoras, 1/3 of the members of Agoras will be members of parliament sitting together and voting together with representatives of the civil society, as if the vote of an elected member of parliament means the same than the leader of a business association, which is, of course, absurd. And even the so-called feedback mechanism, which is understood as the possibility of, after the decisions by the political institutions elected by citizens, then have a reaction from the so-called citizens and with votes, so a kind of a confirmatory referendum on the outcomes of the conference. I see all that as being problematic. Then from the organizing point of view, I think that the system proposed is in some aspects complex and should be simplified. We have Agoras that should take for 1.5 years after the listening phase. So we would have a participatory discussion of about 2 years or perhaps more. And I think we should simplify all these arrangements. Also, the idea of ensuring tablets for all members of Agoras, social programs. I believe that we have a number of elements here that we have to discuss and to see if we can have a more reasonable set of concrete proposals. But of course, we all share the fundamental goal of ensuring meaningful participation of citizens and youth, and so we will work in that direction. But I see that to have a proposal of the Parliament on the way this has to be organized, that this still requires some more work and some more internal debate in the Parliament.